we're just thankful that no one gave up on us.
Hi, I'm Brooke Maxwell.
And I'm Brandon Maxwell. And we started coming to Voyage Church in Easter of 2022. We had both kind of grew up in and out of church throughout youth groups and things of that nature where it was just fun thing to do, but never really got involved. There was not a whole lot of church and definitely not a whole lot of Jesus in our life at all. So if you can imagine what life is like without church, it's everything in the world that consumes you. And we kind of fell into this dark world realm of repetition, of getting into the worldly things, me specifically, into a lot of alcohol.
And I just followed along.
I would come home from drinking or, late night and didn't know if I was going to make it home, didn't know if I was going to be alive. We started in a young relationship, and to bring in the alcohol and all the worry at a young age, it just felt like that was what normal was as becoming an adult.
Because everybody around us, that's what they did. So
yeah,
we kind of just fell into that.
Just the simple fact that there was a huge disconnection in the relationship. I thought that our relationship was fine because when I was home, we would have a conversation and we would talk and I could be happy and fun and seem to be okay. But it seems like behind the scenes and the things that you don't see is really just lost. Really was just very selfish. And, the kids, as they got older, just thought that was part of the norm, and they didn't really know any better. And my relationship to them just was providing and putting food on the table. And there's so much more to being a father than just providing for the family. I mean, that's key. You got to provide, but the key to life here is really love and joy and kindness and peace, and you can only get that one way, and we found that at Voyage Church. Jonathan Berry had moved over from Louisiana to Santa Rosa County to help get this church up and running. I actually met Jonathan for the first time on his first day at work because he needed a job. He couldn't just come here without a job. And it was really cool to be able to talk to him about what his intentions were moving here and that he had to have a place to work. And I just happened to be hiring. And so I had hired him. Jonathan began to kind of just work.
Plant that seed.
And plant the seed in my life that I should show up. The storyline wasn't, hey, come to church. It was finally just like, hey, maybe I can get him in if I just ask him to come see me play, because I've never seen him worship, play guitar, or sing. Zach Woodley and a couple others met us in front of Pea Ridge Elementary School, which we thought was weird that we were going to church at.
Yeah, and we're showed up dressed, and Zach's out there, I believe, in shorts and flip-flops.
So he immediately greets us and just super welcoming to the kids.
Oh, yeah, so he went up to Brandon Jr. immediately and just gave him a hug, a high five, asked him what his name was, and gave him the nickname of JR.
Throughout that process like that, the welcoming heart just made it feel like
home.
On day one, we heard the saying, stick for six. Throughout this process of coming throughout 6 weeks, we began to just feel his presence more and more inside the room. Started losing it with tears, and you got this presence that I don't know what it is because I haven't been in church long enough to know, but had this feeling of emotion and the fact that we're even in church at this moment.
Yeah.
And then our kids are there. So like this whole new thing, we're getting up on Sunday and getting dressed and showing up. So I guess that was step one to the journey of what Jesus was going to do in our life. And we're just thankful that no one gave up on us. I called Jonathan Berry and I'm like, hey man, I'm like, so tomorrow baptism's like, do you have to sign up? Because I don't know, I kind of feel like I should, but I kind of don't want to. And I feel like if I do, then there's some things I'm going to have to for sure give up to. And I was kind of just stuck in this rut because I'm like, oh, I'm going to take on this walk and this journey. I'm going to go in that water and come out a new man. Jonathan did say, he's like, well, let the Holy Spirit guide you. He said, if tomorrow comes and you hadn't signed up and you want to get baptized, just know that you can. Brooke's lined up, and I'm standing in front with her cell phone and her towel because I'm supposed to take some pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt the Lord tell me, dude, it's time to move. And so I'm like, all right, I'm like wearing jeans and boots and like sunglasses and a button-up shirt, having Pastor John and Pastor Jonathan, JB, on my right. And I'm standing there, and they're both holding my hands on both sides. And it was such an amazing just connection. As we begin to want to gain the wisdom and ask Jesus for the wisdom, we begin to just dive further into the church and throughout volunteering. So slowly we started helping out with serving, and
I started serving coffee.
Started with coffee, and I started moving old, nasty, sticky tables and chairs out of a cafeteria with Bill Crew, and kind of behind the scenes. It was really amazing to see the transformation of that room. So we started serving welcome at the same time then. And so like every other Sunday, I believe we were serving for quite some time. And we began to like share our testimony to other people. And so during this process of us talking to others, we're going home Monday through Friday like, God's using us. So being on the welcome crew was an opportunity to shine and to just invite people in to make this place feel like it did on my first day. But more made it exciting was that we were now the familiar face for a lot of people coming. One of the places that I like to spend time with God is in front of a mirror, and just to kind of look at myself and just really see this change. And as I'm doing that, I'm visualizing like Brooke next to me and my children next to me, and just kind of really seeing the changes. And not really going to notice like physical changes, but you will see more joy, you will see more peace, and you will start to notice and see like a sense of freedom and what that does to your eyes, like when you look at yourself, and you just begin to forget about all of the negatives, and you begin to focus on all these positivity areas in your life that God has made possible for you. So when I'm looking in the mirror and I'm seeing this guy that used to be an alcoholic, he used to turn to substances for just a way to feel and a way to escape, who used to use his friends so he didn't have to be home. You'd use work to escape the house. And I'd see this selfish guy, and now I just see somebody who is so excited to wake up tomorrow, to spread the word of the gospel, to just love Jesus and to love on each and every person that I get the opportunity to speak the word to, and to be the light of my house, and to lead all of us in a direction that is forward.
All our lives, we want to reflect resurrection.